The following opinions are solely those of BoatTEST.com and its test captain.
Hi, I'm Steve for BoatTEST.com, and today I'm going to conduct a sea trial and features inspection of the Wellcraft 182F.
But first, let's take a look at the 5 most popular 18-foot center consoles in the low price point category. As you can see, the Wellcraft 182 Fisherman is among the 3 heaviest boats in this price range, which means there's simply more material in these boats than in brand W and brand Y. These 2 boats are also the same 2 that have the narrowest beam. There are other important differences as well, and we'll address them later. Now, let's start our inspection at the 182's stern. There's a 3-step reboarding ladder to starboard that extends 22 inches below the water as required by ABYC standards.
Just ahead, this serves as a nice casting platform, plus we can flip these jump seats up. Same thing over on the other side, and notice the beverage holders in the middle that also double as rod holders. There are grab handles to the inboard sides of both of these jump seats, plus I like how we can brace ourselves against the helm seat. The helm seat has a flip seat back so that we can sit facing aft, watch the lines going off the stern, plus underneath there are brackets to hold the 72-quart cooler in place. There's undergunnel rod storage for 2 rods, and this is on both sides. 16 inches of side deck space between the bulwarks and the support for the hardtop gives us plenty of room as we come forward. Padded deck all the way at the bow, and of course these pads come off to give us a non-skid casting platform. Now this platform is elevated 15 inches off the main deck. Notice that there's a glass backing to this because it's a live well. As we continue forward, there are 6-inch pull-up cleats to both port and starboard. At the foredeck, a hatch over an anchor locker. Anchor keepers will go here, and we've got plenty of deep storage for the anchor. Line will run out to the side. I'd like to see chocks to support the line and to keep it off of the nav light. There's a forward-facing seat at the front of the console. Getting inside the console, normally we see doors to the side, but Wellcraft has a different take on it, and I have to say that I'm a big fan. It lifts up from the front, providing much more accessibility to the inside. Here we have a Dometic porta potty. Now notice there's canvas in the back. That covers the electronics and the mechanical components on the back of the console. They're attached by snaps all the way on top of the overhead. I'd like to see a panel going across the back of it so that the snaps are more on the vertical rather than the horizontal. The way they are now, the weight of the canvas causes the snaps to unsnap, especially when we start hitting waves. But it still does give us easy access to the back side of the console for servicing. I do like how there are support struts holding the door open. It's back gelled, plus there's a grab handle to pull the door closed once you're inside. Taking a look at the helm from the top down, it starts with an acrylic windshield, and I do notice some distortion to the corners here. The compass is in the middle. I'd like to see that in line with the helm, but to both sides there's padded areas and they're angled down towards drain, so no water is going to collect here. The panel, gauges, switches, all white and backlit, horn over to the side. Now there's plenty of open real estate for putting a multifunction display if you want. There's also plenty of real estate right here for putting stuff, but raised edges would be nice so that whatever you put here won't come flying off. The steering wheel, stainless steel with a steering knob, and it's mounted to a tilt base. The ignition, Yamaha shift. Over on the side, 2 drink holders with a Fusion stereo just ahead, and there's stereo connectivity just alongside. All of this is under the protection of this T-top with canvas up above, all supported by heavy-duty framework, 2 3/4 inches. And if you have storage concerns, low overhead in your garage or a rack room, it's removable with these 4 bolts. At midships, I measured 29 inches of cockpit depth. I have to appreciate the safety factor of the high freeboard, 34 inches at the bow, 33 inches at midship, 27 at the stern.
This is one of the most important aspects of the Wellcraft 182F and what differentiates it from most others in class. The Wellcraft's high freeboard gives the cockpit more depth, which not only makes the boat drier, safer for small children and anglers working in fish and sloppy conditions, but it also gives the boat more weight carrying capacity, which means it can carry more passengers. Let's look at just 2 lines on our comparison chart. As you can see, the Wellcraft 182F can carry 600 pounds or 42% more weight than brand Y and 350 pounds more weight than brand W. The weight difference allows the Wellcraft 182 Fisherman to be rated by the U.S. Coast Guard for 8 passengers, more than any of its competitors in class.
Unfortunately, when we began our fuel flow runs, we had technical trouble with the gear and could not get accurate data. However,
The test team at Wellcraft managed to connect from the factory, and they report that with a 150 horsepower Yamaha 4-stroke, they reached a top speed of 44 miles per hour. Best cruise was at 4,000 RPM and 27 miles per hour. That speed produced a 6-gallon per hour fuel burn that translated into 4.5 miles per gallon and a range of 227 miles. That is, in all likelihood, greater range than any other boat in class with the same engine because she carries from 5% to 51% more fuel. She's got a 16-degree bow rise upon acceleration, and she's a sporty boat with quick handling. Steering is firm with the Seastar hydraulic steering. In turns, she's got a comfortable grip on the water with just enough release to make the turns comfortable and not throw you to the outside of the turn. With the turn held hard, there's just a bit of chine walk, and with the trim full down, there will be a touch of prop ventilation. Back off on either the speed or the turn, and the bite returns. With calm seas, we were left with crossing in the wake of our camera boat, and she slices cleanly through with no pounding and a quick recovery. And because she has the deepest deadrise of the transom in class, 19 degrees, she should have a slightly better ride than a couple of her competitors, and a much better ride than those with flattish bottoms. If there was one takeaway from all of this, it's that this is definitely a fun boat to drive. It's available in 10 color schemes and comes with a custom-made single-axle trailer with gator hide protectant. Quite the package indeed.
Well, that is my full sea trial and features inspection of the 182 from Wellcraft. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.